I'm Amanda Sears from the Southeast Alberta Fetal Alcohol Network. I'm the Adolescent Conversation Facilitator. I present the Let's Get Real project to youth about safe drinking, safe sex, and preventing fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. Please visit our website, getrealab.ca, for more information to answer your questions on safe drinking, safe sex, and preventing FASD or fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. FASD is fetal, which means baby, alcohol, drinking any type of alcohol, spectrum, meaning a span of different disabilities, from having just a few drinks to having many drinks, and disorder. Oftentimes, FASD is an invisible disability. Although we are the Fetal Alcohol Network, it should be noted, now that cannabis is legal, that they are starting to research the impact of cannabis on prenatal trauma and how it impacts the brain and the developing fetus. It is clear that it causes lifelong disability, as alcohol does. Many people are using it along with alcohol or interchanging it instead of alcohol. It is no more safe than alcohol to use during pregnancy and should not be used. Cannabis does cause disability during pregnancy and should not be used at all. The top reasons women drink are because of trauma or because their partners are drinking. In our region, in Alberta, 61% of pregnancies are unplanned. That's a really high number, considering there's never been more choices for birth control and never more access to birth control. Most women do not know they're pregnant in the first 1 to 3 months of pregnancy. There's no signs or symptoms, or they're not paying attention to what's going on with their bodies. They assume that they're using their birth control accurately. But of the 61% of pregnancies that are unplanned, 50% of those people were using birth control, but they were using it incorrectly or unsafely. Those are really high numbers, and that's when FASD is occurring. People do not know that they are pregnant and they are drinking alcohol at that time. In our presentation, we talk about safe drinking, alcohol and challenges, safe sex, we touch on birth control, and we talk about alcohol and pregnancy. Alcohol is a large part of Alberta culture and is in everything from TV shows, commercials, radio, music, and every activity. In this slide, you will see what a standard size drink looks like. That's the size of a beer, a cider or cooler, a glass of wine. You'll see that it's only half the glass, not the full glass. And then distilled liquor, rye, gin, or rum, or vodka. You'll see that that's a shot glass of liquor, which is often mixed with pop or juice. Alberta has low-risk drinking guidelines. For young males, age 9 to 13, it's 3 drinks. Age 14 and 15, it's 4 drinks. And age 16 and 17, it's 5 drinks. For females, 9 to 17, it's 3 drinks. These are the standards in order to keep yourself safe. Of course, no amount of alcohol is the most safe. Binge drinking can lead to alcohol poisoning, and alcohol poisoning can lead to death or hospitalization. Some safer drinking tips are to delay drinking as long as possible. This is both in the evening, but as well as in age. The older you are, the more developed your brain is, and the better it is for drinking. Also, be open and honest about your drinking. If you find that you have to hide your drinking, then there's definitely a problem. Pace yourself. Make sure that you drink just 1 drink per hour and mix it up with some water. Also, it's best to have a full stomach. Any type of food is good, but breads and pastas really absorb the alcohol. Navigating relationships around alcohol can be a tricky thing. Relationships can really influence the amount you drink, and you need to choose the partner you have and the friends you are with very carefully. Consent is a hot topic in the news today. Sometimes it can go back 20 years. Each party, both males and females, need to make sure that they have a clear, unambiguous yes right from the very start, from standing beside each other right to the very end of any type of sexual act. Consent needs to be a yes, it needs to be given freely, it needs to be informed, and people cannot give consent if they are high or drunk or forced or coerced. It can be very traumatic to be accused of not having consent, and it can also be very traumatic to be forced into an act that you do not want to do. Consent is very important. This is the number you can call for the Dunmore Road Health Center. It's a place to get free birth control. You can also call your doctor to get a prescription, or you can go to a pharmacy to get birth control. There are many places, and again, you can use our website to research any type of birth control you would like. You need to use your birth control in an accurate way for it to be effective. Drinking alcohol during pregnancy causes damage to the organs, including the brain. Currently, 4% of Canadians, or 178,000 Albertans, that's like all of Lethbridge and all of Red Deer combined, have fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. It's suspected that many more do, but are not diagnosed. FASD is a lifelong disability. Some things that you will see with it are inconsistent memory and recall. So people with FASD will tell stories that aren't always the same. Decreased mental stamina, so sitting in school will make them tired. Difficulty interpreting and applying abstract concepts, so this is like time and money and computers. Impulsivity and poor judgment, so acting just in the moment. Resistant to change, so not liking things different. Inability to predict outcomes, so they can't guess how things will happen. Inability to see another person's perspective. Inability to recognize social cues. Secondary risks are mental health problems like depression and anxiety, poor academic achievement, so not doing well in school, inability to live independently, so often people with FASD are homeless, alcohol and drug problems because they want to fit in, problems with employment because they can't understand time, incarceration or confinement because they have trouble with the law, and they don't do well in school. FASD is not curable. Once a cell is damaged, it cannot be repaired. FASD is preventable by not drinking alcohol during pregnancy, and it's on a spectrum. If a mother has a few drinks, or if a mother drinks throughout pregnancy, or binge drinks throughout pregnancy. Many people are pregnant and don't even know it. From the first 1 to 3 months of pregnancy, there may be no signs or symptoms that you're pregnant, and it's in this time that people are drinking alcohol during pregnancy and doing a lot of damage. It's important to not be drinking alcohol or using birth control properly and effectively to ensure that you do not get FASD. While no amount of alcohol is safe, binge drinking does the most harm to a developing baby. It's safest not to drink alcohol during pregnancy in order to prevent fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. Anyone of any age and any socioeconomic background can get FASD. It's important to make safe drinking choices, not binge drinking, and make safe sex choices using birth control effectively to prevent FASD. I'm Amanda Sears from the Southeast Alberta Fetal Alcohol Network, here to remind you that no amount of alcohol is safe during pregnancy. If you'd like to see another presentation or have any questions, please call me at 403-878-3305 or email me at amandasears, SEARS, @gmail.com. And remember, no amount of alcohol is safe during pregnancy. Remember that it's safest not to drink